Good morning and welcome to your favorite variety news show, giving you the latest and, in our opinions, the greatest news for your eardrums. I'm one of your co-hosts, Steven Quadrado with Football Focus.
I'm Vince Vibes with the Daily Wrap.
Dustin with Drama Digest.
Anthony with Showbiz Spotlight.
And happy November, guys. Look at that. We've made it another month. We're almost done with the fall semester. Spring semester registration just opened up, if you don't already know. Now is the time to get your classes in before your peers take the classes you want to take, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be left out.
That's absolutely right. Do not be left out in the cold now. There's a lot of important paperwork that people need to be looking into around this time of the year. I think registration for us students, and then of course for everybody in the United States. Well, today, November 5th, is Election Day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
It's been another 4 years.
It's been 4 years already. Can you believe it?
I know. Make sure if you haven't already voted on early voting, make sure you do vote at one of your voting stations. You can find that online. Just look up, find the nearest voting station to
Or
me.
nearest church.
You'll probably, nearest church, nearest long line you see outside a place that
Jesus
doesn't normally
Christ.
have a long line.
So are four of us eligible to vote?
We are all eligible to vote.
Of course.
I
Just
have
was
my
asking, I don't know.
registration. And I am going to vote before 7 p.m. tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it 7 p.m.?
7 p.m.
7
But if you
p.m.
get in the line at 7, they'll still let you vote. But if you get there 7:05, you're done.
Okay.
So you can get
will
there.
not be
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
your voice
sadly.
will not matter.
So,
Um,
so I was actually
Only
worried
figuratively.
that this morning I was gonna go vote, because I live like 5 minutes from where I have to, and I thought it was gonna be packed. I thought the line was gonna be huge. I thought it was gonna be long. You know, everybody trying to get it in before they go to work. I rolled up, practically no one there. I got my fun little sticker. I voted. It took me like 5 minutes. So
Good
now
job.
I got that out of the way. I don't gotta worry about it.
Clap for Anthony.
That's not bad.
I did my civic duty, I think it's called.
Your civic duty.
Your civic-
My patriotic duty.
But good job, Anthony, and good job everyone else who votes today. Your voice does matter. Go out and make it count. There's a lot of very important things, not only for president, but for amendments. And I mean, you should already be informed. If you're not informed now, then maybe don't vote. But
you
we're
don't have
also
to
not
be-
going to tell you what to do.
You don't have to fill everything out on that ballot. If you don't know what you're voting for, you don't have to vote
Or
for
whom
it.
Yeah.
you're voting for.
Right.
I think this was gonna be close though.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
You know, biased aside, whatever. I feel like this is gonna come down to the wire
You know,
on who gets elected president.
the polls are showing us to be
You
very
know,
close.
not to show my bias, but that is very unfortunate. That is so close. But hey, what can you say, man? It's another year. The third election in a row that Donald J. Trump is the Republican nominee.
And it's crazy. He's only won one so far. I think they should try to run somebody new. If I was in charge, that's the vibe I would go for personally.
I think if Trump doesn't win this election, that Republican nominees are definitely going to look for somebody else. But
How old
they
is he?
really love that guy.
How old is he? He's in his 80s, right?
I think he's 78.
78.
If
He's
he's
very close.
If he's elected, he will be the oldest president ever to be sworn in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very ironic after the whole Joe
Biden.
Biden.
Yeah, because when him and
remarks.
Biden were running, that people were saying it was the two oldest.
Like
Candidates, right,
up
running
against
together.
each other.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about these presidential candidates. They keep getting older, and I stay the same age.
That's what you think.
That's what you think, my God.
maybe mentally does.
How many elections have you been around for?
Right.
Oh man, I remember FDR. Remember him?
He remembers that.
Wait, which one? The first, the second, the third, or the fourth?
The one with the wheels.
Well, yeah, the one with the wheel, but which he ran 4 times. He won 4 times, right?
Oh well,
No,
FDR.
You're talking about.
I think that might have been Mussolini.
No.
He won 4
That's
times.
Theodore. That's Theodore Roosevelt.
No,
right?
Theodore Roosevelt. That's the teddy bear guy. No.
No,
FDR, the one in the wheelchair. He because
Polio.
he was the one who after he ran and he died in office, they were like, okay, no, we got to set the limit at 2 terms because he won 4 times.
I thought that was his brother. I thought that was Teddy.
George Washington himself said we can't have more
No,
than 2 terms.
there was definitely more term.
No.
No way.
Yeah, back
no,
then,
that was George
yeah,
Washington
back then.
that said we can't.
No, he stepped.
Guys,
because he didn't
we
want to be a
all
king.
have not
Yeah, but
taken government yet.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. He stepped down
We all
after
have to
2
take
terms,
government soon.
but it wasn't written in stone that it had to be 2 terms. And then FDR comes around during what, World War I, II?
This guy watches the history.
And yeah, he won it 4 times in a row, and then he died in office for the 4th one, and that's when they were like, you know what, let's set a limit.
Yeah.
Well, big if true. I gotta look into that. That doesn't sound
Small
true,
if not.
but-
Please don't look into it.
Yeah, you probably do know though.
High
It sounds
school
like
American history
You
comes back.
sound like you're smart, so I'm gonna believe you.
Exactly.
All right.
And remember, guys, I think like that, and I'm gonna go vote after the show.
7 o'clock.
Very, very
You have until
important.
7 o'clock.
But we have a great show ahead of us
I think
today,
we do.
man.
We got a lot of stuff going on.
Today in Daily Rap, we're talking about Young Thug getting released from prison.
Finally.
It was Free Jeffrey, but now it's Jeff is free, ladies and gentlemen.
Really humble under God, it all paid
Yeah,
off.
it's yeah. We'll talk more about that in Daily Rap. What are we talking about in Football Focus?
We got crazy games. We got Chiefs versus Bucs. We got Eagles versus Jaguars. I heard that.
And Go
And-
Birds.
Throw my blanket.
Kelly Green.
Giants versus Commanders. This is gonna be interesting. Like, it's gonna be awesome. But of
Yeah,
course,
man,
I'm
it always
disappointed.
is.
Of course, I'm still disappointed myself.
And for the first time ever, we're doing a double header for the second half of the show. Is that correct?
A
Oh
cross,
my
what's
God.
it called? Crossover,
It's
collaboration.
It's a little collaboration, a little joint effort,
A
if you
little
like.
love from both
Because
ends.
the
Yes,
reason
sir.
is that we're talking about one of the biggest crash outs in sports history, and it transcends our segments because all this happened in real life, and they also made a show about it. So I'll be covering the real drama, what really happened, and then I'll throw it over to Anthony. He can talk about how they dramatize it, how it stacks up.
And the show. That's a great idea, guys. And that show is real hot right now. We gotta
Real
captivate it. We are sports broadcasters. We love our football, and what a story that was. That,
Yep.
was
It's called American Sports Story, by the way.
American Sports Story. What American Sports Story that was, and we'll talk more about that on that. And then on our question of the week, we asked y'all what fictional world you would want to live in.
Ooh.
We have 5 answers today, so a little less than normal, but we'll
That's
make
all right.
it.
I might try to answer that too when we get there.
Me
you
too.
know what? Same here.
I gotta think for a while.
But yeah. First, here's "Flashing Lights" by Kanye West.
Oh.
And we are back.
Where can
ladies
you
and
find our
gentlemen.
show?
You can find our show at hawkradio.primostream.
Do I have to include the .com?
No, you don't.
What do I do?
Take that .com and give it to the Electoral College.
Yeah. Give
Yeah.
it to your
reference.
your local elected official. But anyway, so on Daily Rap, we are talking about Young Thug finally getting released from jail after a 5-year court battle.
It's about time, bud.
He enters a guilty plea in Georgia's longest-running criminal trial. Atlanta rap star Young Thug was released from jail Thursday night after changing his plea to guilty earlier that day in Georgia's, like I said, longest-running criminal trial. He averted prison time with probation, bringing a sudden close to a chapter of a case that has riveted court watchers for a long, long time, guys. Are y'all, familiar with Young Thug? Y'all listen to Young Thug's music at all, or
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've been following
yeah.
the case for a while too.
following the case for a while?
I was just
too?
saying, recently I want to get his lawyer on a beat.
Yeah.
That guy's pretty cool.
Let's get his lawyer in on our show.
What's his name, Brian?
Yeah. If
Brian
you're listening
Steele.
to our show, the Young Thug's lawyer, you can reach out to any of us. But
For the uninitiated, I don't know if we talked about it before. What exactly is he being trialed for? Found guilty for?
well, quite a lot. Young Thug was. Let's see. I have it right here. Give me
Not to
one
put you on the
second.
spot.
No, you're good. You're good. I wrote it down here. He was accused of committing illegal and violent acts, including murder, armed robbery, drug dealing, and carjacking. He got RICO'd. So if you don't know what a RICO is, it's kind of like what they do on gangs or like big operations, criminal operations.
Yeah.
So they basically said YSL was a big Atlanta gang. which is the rap group that he runs. And that he was, the leader of it. He was the Joker of Atlanta, as they were trying to, paint him as.
I've heard that.
Yeah. So Young Thug told the court he takes full responsibility for his crimes and his charges. He says he now recognizes the power he holds in his neighborhood and in the world, and he has to set a better example. I know what I bring to the table, and I know who I am, Young Thug said. I know the heights I've reached, and I know the impact I've gotten on people in the community. Someone needs to sample the audio clip where he says that and put a beat. Now that's what I want to talk about.
That's like movie level quote right there.
There you go. That is a movie level quote. I mean, he is a professional writer for, a living. During Thursday's sentencing, Assistant District Attorney painted Young Thug as a central figure in the illegal acts. Love asked the state to consider sentencing Young Thug to 45 years of prison, with 25 served and 20 on probation. But Whitaker noted in her sentencing decision that prosecutors were earlier willing to let Young Thug get out on probation as part of a plea deal as long as he testified against his friends.
Whoa.
His co-defendants.
Well, hold on, I don't like this so much at all.
Well, so he didn't.
The Joker doesn't snitch.
Listen. He didn't take that plea deal because remember they offered that at the beginning of the case. But you remember who took that plea deal and who was out in no time? Gunna. So that was around that time where Gunna got released from prison. Also another YSL rapper.
Wait, so who's going down for this then?
They all got out. That's what I'm saying. They got scot free.
He's
serving. Young Thug is serving 15 years of probation, and he's got to do like a concert against gang violence every 3 months. But he's freed, man. He's a free man.
He can't go back to Atlanta.
Can't go back
He's
to
banned
Atlanta.
from Atlanta.
Banned from Atlanta.
His stomping grounds? No.
Come to Tampa.
Yeah, come to Tampa. Yeah, man. Young Thug, first gained mainstream success in 2014. He's worked with Travis Scott, Post Malone, Meek Mill, Drake, Childish Gambino. All these big stars. Basically, if you listen to a big rapper, he's definitely worked on their music. And he was even making music while still in the can. I don't know how they gave him the equipment or how they were running it, but he was still dropping. Glad to see Young Thug out, man.
Always good to see. Now we just need the same for Melly.
Yeah. We need the same for Melly.
And Dirk.
Well, we'll see how those
first.
cases run out. I don't know, before I go on to the next topic, I don't know if y'all remember Rich Homie Quan passing away a month
Of course,
or so
we
ago.
talked about that.
Yes, we did talk about that. If you're a listener of our show, thank you for remembering that. But Rich Homie Quan was actually a part of YSL and was a big part of YSL. So,
Maybe they pinned everything on him.
That sounds like a case for another time. That sounds like a conspiracy theory.
For another detective.
A theory.
A
rap theory.
Thanks for watching.
Anyways.
A daily rap theory, if you will.
Oh my god, Weekly Roundup.
Also on Daily Rap, I did want to quickly mention something way more lighthearted. The new Fortnite update just happened this Saturday.
Talking about Fortnite unprompted before the show.
The new Fortnite update dropped on Saturday, and with it comes the introduction of the Season 2 remix, and it's all about rappers. So they put Snoop Dogg's world, the Dog Pound. They're going to put Mom Spaghetti, which is Eminem's world.
Bruh.
They're putting Ice Spice's world there. And they're going to drop an Ice Spice skin and there's a rap god minigun that shoots out the words of rap god as you're shooting the minigun. So it's no sexy
Not
red,
yet.
no sexy red.
I'm saving my V-Bucks.
But the Ice Spice
It's fine,
Land
just go down to the
comes
comments,
out
there's
in
always
week
someone giving free
3.
bucks.
I know y'all really want to go to Ice Spice Land.
Oh, absolutely. I would live in Ice Spice Land.
Yeah, right now Snoop Dogg is running this week. He's got a boogie bomb that makes you do the the little
Like,
dance.
yeah.
I saw one
they-
about like the Crip Walk. Is that
yeah,
actual Fortnite? Is that Fortnite? Yeah.
In Fortnite,
That's
you can
insane.
crip walk.
That's insane.
I bought the emote.
I'm not taking that
You
emote.
can crip walk.
Oh
in
my god.
Fortnite. Can you imagine, being raised in like a place where you're told not to crip walk, not to promote gang
And-
violence?
Every household in America.
Right. Don't promote. Well, I'm saying like
West
especially in areas like
the West
like
Coast.
the West
Yeah.
Coast that were struggling more from this gang violence. And then you see you turn off Fortnite and every guy is just crip walking on you after they kill you.
Could you imagine being like an OG Crip and seeing this thing that you came up with put in a children's video
You see
game?
little
children.
7-year-olds Crip walking down the street.
Right. They're all grittying because of Fortnite. Wait, how long until they're all crip walking? But
Oh god.
man, what a time we live in. And
Honestly.
the
Update
new Fortnite update is out now. You can play.
Playing for the first time.
You can.
I haven't played Fortnite.
You've never played
You've never
Fortnite
played
yet?
Fortnite?
I watched my brother play it before, but I've never actually played
You
it.
gotta get on this thing.
Yeah.
I got something to look forward to. I'm trying to
Yeah,
Crip walk.
there you go. You're trying to crip walk, trying to dance. Speaking of crip walking, here's
Excuse me?
before we go on to our next topic, here's "Drop It Like It's Hot" by Snoop Dogg
Oh, he planted a
and
lot.
Pharrell Williams. Steven, what do we got?
Oh.
Tell us. I know. Come on, ready it up. Ready the cannons.
Hold up.
Ready the cannons.
We got football, ladies and gentlemen, and
Wow.
it's been a crazy week. Also-
One day we'll get that soundboard.
We're having a little too much fun.
It's like week 1, but we're 9 weeks
And we're 9
in.
weeks in, and it never felt any better. The Eagles are 6-2 now.
Yeah.
7-2. It's beautiful. 4-0 in the Baldinati era, as they say.
I was about to say that
Sirianni
again.
shaved his head, and we've been winning ever since.
I think we need to do. I think the opposite.
A
needs
bald
to
head is
go.
good luck. I said this last week.
Where do we find all of our stats and news?
Disclaimer: for all information that we use for this, for game stats and other stuff, is all on NFL.com. So if you want to go see it for yourself for game stats, play-by-play information, go to NFL.com.
And Fox Sports, we get some stuff from too.
Also,
Yeah.
Whose
Well,
theme song we just were singing
And then
too.
we don't like referencing our competition.
Yeah, no.
Down with Fox Sports, boo, yay, Weekly Roundup.
Arguably the only good thing that Fox makes.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're bringing it back.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Anyway.
Steven, what about that Bucs game?
Don't remind me.
Last night, guys, when I was at work, but I was catching snippets as I could. But what happened, y'all?
Well, I mean, they played pretty good all in all. They didn't do
Yeah,
anything
they
that
did
I
good.
wanted them to do, but shockingly, no interception for Mayfield.
Yeah.
Big night, very big night for him.
We
I
are
love that for him. I'm so happy.
All lovely sports bettors now, besides Steven.
Steven's the better of us.
It's perfectly legal.
He's got to be the better person of us. But,
Someone has to be the
yeah.
straight
Someone has to be the straight man, because it's obviously not me, Dustin, or Anthony. Guys, we did not have a good run this week on our parlay picks.
Not at all.
Not at
But Dustin,
all.
what do we do on this show?
Well, we don't win. That's
We
for
don't
sure.
win.
They don't win.
We
Unless
stay
it's
true to that.
every other week on a Sunday on a random parlay, I don't think is going to win at all.
And your name is Vince because no one else ever does.
But yeah, man, tell us some stats from the Bucs Chiefs game.
At least for Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes we all know Patrick Mahomes got more yards this time comparing
291.
291. We got
Lost
3
me my
touchdowns.
parlay.
that won me. Well, I didn't win, but that was what I needed.
The
you
Baker
bet the under?
No, I bet the Baker Mayfield over yards. Patrick Mahomes got more yards than exactly.
I went touchdown. I went like touchdown passes.
Yeah.
I went over 1.5.
Well, that's
okay.
Wait for
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, you got that right?
Yeah, you got that.
And of course, like you.
But Tell us, Steven.
Like you mentioned, 0 for Mahomes. I think he had 0 interceptions, just like Baker Mayfield. At least he actually, for once, rushed again. At least Patrick Mahomes rushed because he said himself he needs to get that up a little bit. So that's something. At least Mahomes finally got that right.
He didn't rush nearly enough. He only rushed about 7 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And we keep reveling in our defeats, man. It's not fun.
I mean, you do what you can. Everyone knows the Chiefs are an automatic loss when you face them. Apparently,
Apparently, gosh.
But not a blowout like you want. Just barely scraping by,
which
makes it all the harder to
They lure you in with a chance, and they rip it from you in overtime. Apparently,
rip your heart out.
Did we talk about the final score on that game?
No, 24-30.
In overtime.
In overtime.
Forced into overtime at just the last minute.
Yeah.
Let's jump into Eagles and Jaguars.
Here we go.
And
if anyone watched the game, they would know that it was a blowout. It was 22-0 by the third quarter. But Jacksonville made an impressive comeback at the end to try to win, but Eagles still came out on top 28-23. Sirianni's play calling decisions is going to get us... it's going to catch up to us one way or another. 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions, and too aggressive. Going for it on fourth downs, not getting it, and I feel like there's a time and a place, and definitely being an aggressive play caller can work in this league, but not when you do it every time and everyone knows that you're going to be aggressive.
I'm sorry. I brought this up last week, right? Where I think it was they played the Giants last week, the Eagles,
Yeah.
and that was the only game that felt like they had it in the bag like the entire time.
You're right.
And then they played the Jaguars. Who
had it in the
who
bag.
Who are the Jaguars? They're like the Panthers.
Well, so listen. The Jaguars, actually, their head coach is Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson is a Philadelphia Eagles legend. His statue is outside our stadium. He was the head coach that won us our Super Bowl. He was the play caller who called Philly Special with Nick Foles, and I love Dougie P. It was his first game back in Philadelphia. It was in Philly, so his first game back in Philadelphia against his former team. And I'm just gonna say that we gave him those points at the end, just to give him some respect.
Sure, whatever.
I
feel like you look at the numbers and you go, Jalen Hurts threw for 230 yards. You had the Saquon Barkley ran for over 100 yards.
With that backwards hurdle.
That was like something out of John Wick.
Devontae Smith catching that touchdown right at the edge of the end zone. The interception to end the game. You would think, they won it, right? They won it like by miles or whatever. And then you look at the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, and they almost lost the game.
They almost lost the game, ladies and gentlemen. But they didn't, and that's what matters.
I guess.
In this league, there is no almost winners. There's only winners and losers. And the Eagles
first or last
came out on top. Now, what other game did you have here for us, Steven?
So this one still kind of surprised me. That's a fact. Giants versus Commanders, 27-22. Commanders won. I didn't really expect, again, the Commanders would win. But it's the Giants. Sadly, the Giants are not this top dog. So it really kind of surprised me on that overall.
They lose Saquon Barkley, and suddenly they don't know how to play a game.
Well, they didn't know how to play a game with Saquon Barkley. That's the
Barkley,
reason why Saquon Barkley left. New York is a sad team, man. I hate to be a New York fan.
New York in general.
Yeah, New York. Yeah.
Giants.
Well, you got the Knicks. That's pretty much it now.
The
Knicks
Jets
are good.
Won.
Well, the Jets are still not good.
They're like
you
two,
got
what are
Aaron
they,
Rodgers.
3-6 or
Yeah,
3-7
still
or whatever? That's
right.
not just awful.
You got Aaron Rodgers and his special friends, and they still can't.
They still can't get them to try.
win anything.
They-
But
Nah, forget it. I was
you
about
thought
to
it
say
was
something.
funny, Steven?
No, I was about to say something stupid, but forget it. I'm not risking
Yeah,
it.
And that's what this whole show
Yeah,
is.
this is what this whole show is about.
This
Steven.
is a safe place.
This is a safe place.
We'll never judge you for the things you say
That's
in here.
PG, of course.
But the
Yeah.
fans might.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget it though. That was so funny. No, either way.
Hold on, guys. I really want to know what he wanted to say. What were you going to say?
Right, come on.
Nah.
Come on.
All right, we're moving
You're
on.
surrounded by
Moving on.
friends here.
Move on.
But so some stats from that game. Tyrone Tracy had a good game, 66 rushing yards, no
Yep.
touchdowns. Malik Neighbors caught 59 yards with no touchdowns. That Giants team is sad, man.
Yeah,
I
it
really
is.
feel for New York and New York fans. But what a good week in football. It was a fun week.
It was a fun week.
Actually,
We just
You
need the
know.
Commanders to lose because they're in first place.
We just need to win
We-
some
we-
parlays.
That's it.
that's,
Yes.
that's what really needs to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Life cannot be sunshine and sparkles without money in the pocket.
This
True.
is very true, and the best way to do that is by throwing a bunch of money out of your pocket and hoping you
Right,
find this money out in
hopefully you
massive
find it
quantities.
in massive quantities. Because that
Gamble within
$5
reason,
bet
folks.
for $500
That's
is
absolutely
going
right.
to
If
go
you ever feel that
through.
you have a gambling problem, be sure to call 1-800-GET-HELP.
Right.
We
Or
all
you
we
can
all
call
gamble
me and I
like
can tell you
$5
my
at
picks.
best.
You
So
know,
we're gambling within reason.
I mean, frankly, I bet every single day, and I'm not addicted yet. So if it hasn't
that
happened,
that sounds like an
that
addict. That sounds
sounds-
like something an addict would say.
Yeah, that sounds like what an addict would say.
Hey man, that's all right. But coming up next, we're starting our little two-parter on the Aaron Hernandez story.
the Aaron Hernandez special. as
And
we
you
continue
could
to call
say,
it.
his atmosphere was day and night, but this is also day and night by Kid Cudi.
right here.
He's getting a
on
little too
KTV
comfortable
Talk
with these
Radio
segues.
at Free-
And we're back.
We are. It's almost like we never left. And who would want to leave with dangerous crash outs running the streets? Like this guy I'm going to talk about, probably the biggest crash out in sports history, at
Biggest
least
crash out.
since OJ.
Oh Jesus! All right. What are you talking about, Dustin?
My gloves don't fit properly, man.
Well,
I don't know.
And I think you have to acquit, just like might have happened here.
The juice is loose.
Well, not anymore.
Well, he's not. Well, I mean,
R.I.P.
he's loose in heaven, but
Exactly.
or wherever.
Speaking of loose,
no.
Well, he's in heaven. He was found not guilty.
he was found
by
not
a
guilty.
jury of
Okay.
peers,
He was not
so-
guilty. He wrote a book called "If I Did
Well,
It."
of course,
though.
everybody was saying that he was guilty. Of course, he
If
found
I
out.
did it.
we're getting off
Here's
track
exactly
here.
what I
We're going on a
would-
tangent.
Oh yeah,
I-
sorry.
I will not have this OJ slander.
Okay, tell us what you got in the story first.
Even though I guess I started talking about it, but what we're really talking about is a guy named Aaron Hernandez. I'm sure some people are probably familiar with him. He used to play with our friend Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Everybody
friend
loves
Tom-
everybody
and
loves
Tim
Brady.
Tebow.
Former
And
tight end
Tim
for the
Tebow.
Patriots. Patriots.
Patriots.
Patriot.
Patriotism, eh?
It's election day.
I'm gonna say I love the Patriots. And
What was that? Oh man.
Anyway,
British
we're bringing it back up in the limelight because the events of Aaron Hernandez and all that happened back in like 2015, between 2015 and 2017.
Yeah.
But we're bringing it back to light now because back in September, Hulu dropped a show called The Aaron Hernandez American Sports Story that is currently still airing weekly. It's going to be a 10-episode miniseries. I think it's on episode 9 right now. That kind of details his life leading up to the events that everybody knows him for. It starts off, it's him as a kid, and you kind of learn about his awful family dynamic with his father and his mom and his brother, and his kind of rise going from high school into university, playing for the Gators.
Right.
Meeting Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, and a few other characters. Up until I've only made it 3 episodes in, but just looking at the thumbnails, it looks like they might tell the entire story.
Yeah.
He definitely makes it to the Patriots.
Well, yeah, there's a person who plays as Gronk in the show. There's a person who plays as Belichick in the show. I'm sure there's somebody who plays as Tom Brady I haven't seen.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
I'd be curious
so-
to find out. Yeah.
But yeah, it did. When did the timeline of the show start? Because this guy started, old Aaron, he started crashing out back in 2007.
Well, this show is brand new, brand new.
It kind of flashes back every now and again. I think the furthest back it's gone is like 2001.
Okay.
When he's just starting out with like his father, who was really controlling of. Which this was news to me. I knew almost nothing about Aaron Hernandez other than the arrest, and then him eventually killing himself in prison. But yeah, apparently his father was really controlling of his life, even telling him that he was going to go play at UC and nowhere else because that's where he went to go play or whatever. Kind of living he was kind of trying to live vicariously through Aaron Hernandez.
Sad.
So that was kind of the start of it all. But that according to the show goes back all the way back to like 2000, 2001.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, he really started crashing out in 2007, which is hopefully they'll put that on the show because he was 17. He was at a bar in Gainesville with Tim Tebow, and according to biography.com, he just starts beating up this guy at the bar when he's 17.
Yeah, in the show, I think it's the bartender.
Oh, it's the bartender.
Because he didn't want to pay for his drinks.
I don't like the bartender.
We didn't get
Better not be looking at me.
Just beat him up.
Simple answer.
Now, he wasn't arrested for that, but just a couple of months later, he's questioned by the police after a shooting in Gainesville. Leaves 2 men wounded. This is what I'm talking about. This is some real King Von stuff. No charges were ever filed there. And then later in 2013, his friend, Alexander Bradley, is shot in the face after partying with Hernandez at a Miami strip club. We want to know which one.
For what reason?
I want to do a
I
review.
think that's how the show starts. Thank you for piecing that together. That's how the show starts.
Really?
It's like this cold open. They're in the strip club, and
Which one is it?
I don't know. I think it's in Connecticut.
No, it's in Miami.
Oh, it's in Miami. Oh, he knows. I forgot he follows Aaron Hernandez.
He does.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought they started with the murder that he eventually got arrested for, but I guess apparently he shot more than one person before.
Allegedly. He's been shooting a lot of people.
Allegedly.
So let's push through this. Shot his friend in the face. Shot his friend in the face in the strip club. Doesn't say how or with what, but pretty strange. The friend later files a lawsuit against Aaron, saying he shot him, and then just a couple months later, that was in February. This is in June. We start finding bodies. The body of Odin Lloyd was found near Hernandez's mansion up in Massachusetts. They tracked the evidence back to Hernandez. Looks like Odin was dating Hernandez's fiance's sister. Is that almost a brother-in-law? He loved him like a brother-in-law. The athlete it says here that he destroyed his cell phone and all the surveillance footage in his home. That's why I would never have a surveillance camera in my house. It seems insane to document your own things you do.
Yeah.
Put you on like a a snitch cam.
Yeah, they
Easily.
subpoena all that.
Especially
stuff.
if you know you're doing illegal activities.
Oh, yeah.
Like
So
why?
what's the more
couldn't
you have a
be.
camera?
But yeah, about a year later, he's indicted on 2 counts of first-degree murder and other charges for a couple of other shootings that happened in 2012, a couple of years earlier. Pleads not guilty, and then they charged him with getting in a fight in prison as well. Then, not too long after, he's indicted for threatening a witness during the 2013 shooting. Goes on trial for the 2012 double homicide and is acquitted.
It never is.
This man's just racking up like just charge after charge after charge.
Well, he beat the double homicide, which means he probably didn't do it. But then the other one that they did convict him of, he was put in prison life without parole. But here's the thing: his lawyer actually said that he was probably finna beat that during appeal because they beat the other ones. But then, just a couple of just not too long later, they find him hanging in a cell. Kind of like an Epstein is what it reminds me of. You know who else was circling in those worlds of Epstein stuff was Diddy, the namesake of
back in.
We can't talk about drama without talking about Diddy. But anyway, let's kind of wrap this up. He hung himself the bed sheet right there in his jail. But people are saying that they did an autopsy and stuff. Bro had CTE. Now let's look at the symptoms.
What is CTE, Dustin?
Good question.
Well, that's a very good question. It's a degenerative brain disease called chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
That sounds
You gotta be able
about
to
right.
Say that.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a
That was
brain
actually a
disease.
really good pronunciation.
I studied biochemistry for 1 day.
That's
so.
great.
There you go.
One day more than most.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go.
True.
Now,
Oh.
shout out to Mayo Clinic because they're going to tell us a little bit about this CTE. What to expect if you have it. You're going to have some cognitive impairment. You're going to have trouble thinking. You're going to have memory loss. You're going to have problems with planning, organization, and carrying out tasks. Now, he seemed to be able to carry out tasks with ruthless efficiency. But you will have experience some behavioral changes, impulsive behavior and aggression, as well as some mood disorders, depression, apathy, that's just me, emotional instability,
That's just me.
substance misuse, and suicidal thoughts or behavior, which ties back into how the story.
I will bring it up in the show. They really stress the whole CTE thing. They don't mention it, but I think in the first episode he gets a concussion in like high school. And it seems like every time he's about to like he does one of those compulsive decisions of his that he ends up I guess like the bar fight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They usually bring back the idea of the CTE, right? Like
Right.
like you know they might hit him on the head at some point. They're like on the field and they're like tapping his helmet and he's like losing it a bit.
So where was this energy for OJ? Right? Where was the play CTE for OJ? You know, this guy, I mean, what's the difference between him and OJ? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to look at them side by side, but why are they saying that this guy, it's just not his fault, it's a brain injury, but OJ, he's a monster.
I guess, but CTE is a thing that you
I've
can only.
never met an OJ defender. This is a new.
Same
you've
here.
probably met plenty.
Oh no!
but-
I
Well,
haven't.
you've never met somebody that works for the American law system then, because they acquitted him. So every judge and policeman is an OJ
Okay.
defender.
No, but
Well,
CTE is something you can only diagnose
After
posthumously, right? They donated Aaron Hernandez's brain to figure that out.
Yeah, or they would have diagnosed Antonio Brown a long time ago if they
I mean,
could
like-
diagnose CTE. Early.
I mean, you can speculate, but you can't. You can't officially diagnose someone
Yeah.
until after death, unfortunately.
Now, if anybody is listening with an engineering degree, come up with a way to diagnose CTE without doing an autopsy,
There
and
you
you will
go.
make a lot of money, and
A
you'll
lot of money.
you'll kick some back to the Weekly Roundup for putting you on.
Anyway,
Yeah.
to end it all up, if you want to learn more about the Aaron Hernandez case and you don't want to sit through Google search after Google search, you can watch the show on Hulu. Aaron Hernandez, American Sports Story, 10 episodes. Episode 9 airs today, actually, at 3 a.m. for some reason for me. But it's still going. It's still going on. Still fresh. And you have enough time to catch it before the finale, hopefully next week.
Who's dropping these episodes? Tyler, the creator?
Oh, that's funny, man. But we're gonna when we come back, we're gonna do our question of the week segment with our fans. But first, speaking of bandits, here's "Bandit" by Don Toliver.
He's really feeling these transitions.
I know.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to do our quick question of the week segment. If you don't know what Discord is a community social media platform where you can host fan groups and stuff like that. We have a little fan group on there for the Weekly
A
Roundup.
like-minded community of,
If you-
of voluntarily associated people.
Normally, we chat us all out. So if you want to find the Discord or our socials, at Vince Vibes, VinceVibess. What have you got, Dustin?
Find me on TikTok until it's gone, Mr. Misinformation.
And there you go. Where can we find you, Steven?
You can find me on youtube.com SE015 or Instagram on _SE015.
I'm only on Instagram right now, but you can find me on there as Anthony.Posada. I'm not creative with my name.
And we asked you on Discord if you could be if you could choose one fictional world to live in, movie, book, video game, etc., just as if it was real life, what would it be and why? So we got your answers. So Sam from HCC Dale Mabry says Skyrim. You'd have the most majestic fits, and they would be considered normal outfits to most people. But like,
A dragon attack
right? That's
every
what
day.
I literally. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. A dragon attack, a mud crab, like.
There's a dragon
but
at your
we
grandma's tomb.
can die any minute here. What, you want to die in a car crash? You want to die being torn apart by a dragon? That seems pretty cool.
Not for me. Not for me.
Hey, what else we got?
Beverly from New College says Avatar: The Last Airbender. After the final war at the end and before Legend of of Cora.
So like the peaceful times.
The peaceful times, I guess. Yeah, that could be a nice world to live in, especially if you're born a bender of sorts.
I want a water bend.
The water bend? I'm gonna be the
I'm
Avatar.
often on a bender.
I'm the Avatar. Paulina from New College also says Legend of Zelda, because in another life I run around with the sword all the time. That is pretty nice, you know, running around, just being able to hit things as you will, loot dungeons and whatever.
You know, you can do it now.
You can't do it now technically, but Anthony, you wrote it and everything. You said put me in the Mario universe. I feel like you're not part of the main group. It'd be a chill time. Make me a Toad.
Make me a Toad, man. A bit of Mario Party, some Mario Kart. Like, I'm not busy. I'm not Mario. I'm not running around to the castle saving Princess Peach for the 200th time.
What's the deal with the Yoshis, though? Are they sentient beings or are they just steeds? Because I feel like they'll ride them around sometimes, but they'll also drive cars.
I don't know. That's out of my jurisdiction.
I think
I'm
they're
just a Toad.
both, I think. I don't know.
But we got one more response from our favorite friend of the show, Julian, from HCC Dale Mabry.
The one where Sarah came back.
Give us the clip notes, Vincent, please.
Sarah has not come back still.
Dang.
It says, living in the world of Pokemon would be such an incredible experience. I can just picture myself wandering through beautiful forests with my Pokemon on my side, discovering new creatures and trainers. Every day would be filled with excitement and joy, exploring a world filled with wonder. I can't help but feel a deep longing for my ex, though, Sarah. I miss her laughter and the way we used to dream and talk about traveling the Pokemon world together. Our late night talks would be about our favorite Pokemon. Now those memories feel bittersweet, reminding me of what I've lost.
You need to get a new girl, man.
Relieving those dreams that we had together. In a way, the adventures of Pokemon make me realize just how much I miss having her by my side.
Well,
all right, cool.
That's one way.
Way to end it on a downer.
What a way to end it, Julian. I think you need to move on. You know, HCC Del Mabry. There's a lot of fish in the sea.
That's true.
I think you need to move on from this lady, Julian.
Yeah, she doesn't love you.
But we do.
But we do,
and
Julian.
we do, and we'll love everybody even more next week, right here on the Weekly Roundup. Bye.
Have a great rest of your day, y'all, and thank you for listening.
Remember to vote.
Remember to vote, ladies and gentlemen.